My name is Atishay Jain, and I'm the founder at Hyperke Growth Partners. In the last 4 years, we've helped our clients generate over $8 million in new revenue and sign contracts with companies like Walmart, 7-Eleven, P&G, and Blue Origin. We do this by helping you develop a brand new customer acquisition channel that allows you to directly go after your dream customers. In these videos, I'm going to share with you the exact systems and processes that you can implement to achieve similar results. In this video, we're talking about the sales and go-to-market approach that you need to follow in order to sign 6 and 7-figure clients, and the adaptations that you need to make when you're trying to go after medium to large to enterprise level accounts. Let me quickly minimize my own video here. Let's go to the side. And before we begin, we want to define what kind of accounts we're looking at here. So for anything that's 6 figures or lower over the course of 12 months, a client that you expect to make between $30,000 to $100,000 over the course of the next 12 months that would be classified as a medium to low size account. And any accounts where you're making anything above $100,000 annually, all the way up to 7-8 figures, that's a large enterprise size account. Now, obviously, both of these types of accounts, these kinds of businesses, they require a significantly different approach when it comes to selling to them, when it comes to understanding their problems, and to creating proposals that appeal to them. So in this video, we're going to talk about those nuanced differences that many agencies, many businesses fail to see on the surface level, which end up jeopardizing their sales process after they've invested several human hours and several months into trying to get into a conversation with the client. So right off the bat, I want to say that one approach or one type of accounts, one type of clients are not better than the other. As a business, you can grow by signing several small to medium-sized accounts, and you can also grow by signing 3 to 5 key accounts per year. Both of those are perfectly reasonable approaches to growth, and which one you choose depends entirely on your capabilities, your vision for your business, your team structure, your culture, and how you would like to build your business. Some agencies, they prefer to work with a smaller number of accounts and just integrate with their teams and work as partners. Other agencies, other businesses, they prefer having a larger roster of clients just so their risks are diversified and they build their fulfillment systems around that structure. Both of those are completely reasonable approaches. In fact, as of right now, we're partnered with, our partners, they fall into both camps. We've had agencies that are boutique agencies that tend to work with 3 to 5 accounts, or that tend to onboard 3 to 5, 6 new accounts every year, and we work with agencies that onboard that number of clients every month, right? So the TROI principles are applicable to both categories. Irrespective of what your approach to growth is, you can still implement the TROI system. If you're not familiar, if you're not aware, the TROI system is the process we implement for all of our partners and the process that we created for agencies to be able to see success with their go-to-market strategies. And this is the foundation of all of our success stories. This is the cornerstone on which all of our partners build. Right. So I'm not going to dive deep into this process. I have lots of other videos explaining the TROI system, but this high-level process is applicable to both kinds of businesses. And I'll show you a couple of examples just to prove this point. The first one is Josh at the email agency. So this is an example of companies that only want to sign a few new key accounts per year, but they want to work with large brands. So Josh and his team, they ended up signing Bathmate, they ended up signing Craft Sports, which sponsored Winter Olympics a while ago. These large international 7-8 figure accounts, they ended up signing this by implementing the TROI system. At the same time, there are other agencies like Semantic Links, Semantic Mastery. So Bradley Benner, who runs an SEO and link building company, they sign 3 to 5 new clients every month. So what some agencies look to sign over the course of a year, these types of businesses, the businesses targeting the mid-size accounts, they sign that every month. And both of their businesses are growing, both of them are doing well. So point being, the similar process can be implemented in both types of businesses. However, there are key distinctions in how you approach sales and how you approach go-to-market in general, and depending on your goal, depending on the size of accounts, size of clients you're going for. Now let's talk about what needs to be done differently when you're targeting large versus mid-sized accounts, right? So the first difference is obviously in the length of the sales cycle. When you're pursuing larger contracts, you tend to get stuck with a longer decision-making process. You need to accommodate for a longer decision-making process. There might be more approvals, more reviews required, and things tend to move slowly within larger companies. The next one is the size of your TAM. TAM is the total addressable market. If you're going for large contracts, you're looking at smaller TAMs, and if you're going for mid-sized to smaller contracts, you're obviously looking at a larger addressable market. Simply because there are more smaller businesses than there are large enterprise level businesses. Straightforward logic. However, why this is important is because if you're looking at a smaller TAM, so if there are a total of 1,000 businesses in the entire world that you can reach out to, then you want to make sure that every time you reach out to a business, you're not burning bridges, you're building a relationship, your approach is highly personalized, and you cannot afford to assume that a business is not interested without them actually telling you they're not interested. So you need to take an omni-channel approach. If you can't reach them via email, you try to get them on a call. If you can't get them on a call, you try to hit them with paid advertising. If you can't hit them with paid advertising, you try to visit in person. You try to send direct, like actual physical mail to their offices. So you want to take an omni-channel approach. Whereas if you have a large TAM, if you have a large total addressable market, you can skim through lots and lots of accounts, trying to find the ones that are the highest intent buyers. So your first level of filtering can be simple outreach or simple messaging, where you all you do is qualify people for interest, qualify prospects for interest. So with a larger TAM, it becomes more of a numbers game, and you know that you just need to get the timing right. Like looking at the top 3%. Then looking at the next one, expectation of like the solution expectation. So what do the prospects expect from your solution? If you're looking to sell $1 million a year contract, the prospect expects something that's personalized to them, that is custom tailored to them, and that integrates with everything they're already doing. So this solution has to solve a variety of problems. It has to have uh, tangible business impact, and it must integrate with everything that they're already doing. Whereas if you're selling something that's like if the accounts you're targeting are mid-size, or if you're selling a solution that's between $30,000 to $100,000 a year, roughly, you're probably selling a service that is more off the shelf, a packaged product, fairly limited scope. The prospect understands what they're buying, and they either use it or they don't, or they either find value in it or they don't. So that's where the solution expectation comes in. And with solutions that cost $100,000 a year to over $1 million a year, you're not the prospects aren't really looking for immediate results. So they don't expect to pay you and see magic taking place within their business in the next 1 month. Whereas with these smaller contracts, say SEO or marketing services, the prospects would get anxious if they don't see ROI, if they don't see a return within 6, 8, 12 weeks, in most cases, right? Then the third thing is education marketing. So the TROI system, it's as you might know, it's an amalgamation of sales and marketing, and we are massive proponents of educating prospects, education-based marketing. Now, your approach to education-based marketing will be significantly different depending on whether you're going for large contracts or mid-sized ones. So if you're going for larger contracts, you want to educate prospects and inform them of the opportunity, compare your solution, and compare the implications of not acting on the opportunity against other priorities in the business. And you also need to educate them on how your solution will be the perfect option for them, because it integrates with everything they're doing. You're not stepping on other people's toes within the organization. And all of these tiny details that you need to incorporate within your plan to make sure that it sails and it passes all of the reviews and it gets approved. However, when you're targeting mid-sized contracts, your education-based marketing is focused more around highlighting a pain point, showcasing an ROI, and setting the stage for the close. So telling people, showing them lots and lots of proof, so that when it comes to closing the deal, the prospects already know and trust you. Then obviously the decision makers involved in the process are often different. With a smaller business, you would expect, like I said, to talk to the CEO, the founder, maybe someone from the directors, and that's all. Whereas with larger businesses, larger contracts, you might be interacting with a POC, someone from the marketing team, and the decision might, like the marketing team might be involved, the board might be involved, the CEO might be involved, CMO might be involved. There might be multiple stakeholders that you need to get buy-in from before your proposal moves forward. So that's something that you need to keep in mind, and you need to make sure that you're addressing everybody's concerns during your sales process. Finally, the sales approach. So with larger accounts, your sales approach is often going to be relationship driven. This is usually due to two reasons. One, you're working with a smaller TAM, and not everyone's looking to buy or invest in your solution all the time. So when you're reaching out to them, your personalized outreach, it can't always be sales, sales, sales. You're just trying to build a relationship, establish yourself as a trusted provider, because when they do run into, when the problem you solve is indeed a top priority for them, you want to be the first people that come to mind. So your sales approach when attracting or when working to solicit business from large accounts, it's highly relationship driven, and it requires building trust and long-term engagement. Whereas with mid-sized contracts or with smaller accounts, your sales approach is going to be sort of transactional. I'm not saying there's no relationship building involved, but the relationship building here is not going to take several months or years, right? You're going to build a relationship. You're going to try to compress a lot, do a lot within a shorter time frame, because people either, if you're not going to sell them a service, someone else will, right? So if you're not going to help someone rank on page one on Google, or if you're not going to help them spend less on ads and still get traffic, still get leads, they're going to find someone else who will. So relationships are important, but with smaller accounts, you want to be able to show quick wins. So your sales approach should be focusing around showing them quick wins, getting them an ROI as soon as possible. That is what will help you stand out versus just having a great relationship with the business. Immediate value, the velocity at which you can deliver value, that is way more critical with medium-sized contracts versus with larger contracts, just because expectations are different. And finally, the last difference would be pricing structure. So obviously, with the larger contracts, the whole point of us having to wait, having to sit through longer sales cycles is because we're charging more. But the pricing model could be complex, and different components of your proposal might be negotiated upon. There might be components that you'll have to do a lot of back and forth, just trying to get the proposal across. Whereas with smaller contracts, again, simpler, more straightforward. You can, it's A, B, C, D. As long as you can show an ROI, get them quick wins, display immediate value, you're good to go. So this summarizes the key differences between selling large contracts to enterprise type clients versus selling small to mid-sized contracts to smaller businesses. Now, if you would want to learn more about how you could do this for yourself, or if you would like us to put together a customized plan for you, visit the website hyperkey.com or go to the page wow.hyperkey.com, which will show you a few examples of other businesses that have implemented the system, the kind of results they've had, and you will also see a booking link to book a time to chat with us. All the best, and see you in the next video.